You can buy a house with us with only having to put 2.5% down and save 7.5% when you're trying to buy a home. So it's a massive savings when you're trying to buy a house. If you're trying to buy a $300,000 house, instead of you having to put 30 grand down for your down payment and your closing costs, you'd only have to put 2.5% down. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. And I'm going to explain to you how it works, the requirements, and the process. Hey guys, Angelo Christian coming to you with another great edition of Real Estate Insider. And today I'm going to talk about this new program that we actually released. It's called the FHA 2.5% down. So people always ask me, Angelo, when I'm buying a house, you know, my bank, my company told me I have to put 3.5% down for the FHA loan, and then I have to pay the closing costs on top of that, which are another 4 to 6%. So typically when you're buying a house from most banks or most lenders, you're going to have to put a total of almost 10% down for your down payment and your closing costs. We have a really, really awesome program that we offer to you guys directly. It's called the FHA 2.5% down. So you don't have to put the 3.5% down. And we can get your closing costs also included with the loan with our grant program. So instead of you having to put 10% down with most companies out there in the United States, you can buy a house with us with only having to put 2.5% down and save 7.5% when you're trying to buy a home. So it's a massive savings when you're trying to buy a house. If you're trying to buy a $300,000 house, instead of you having to put 30 grand down for your down payment and your closing costs, you'd only have to put 2.5% down. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. And I'm going to explain to you how it works, the requirements, and the process. So the first thing is I want to talk to you guys about, this is an FHA loan. All right, this is not a USDA loan. It's not a conventional loan. It's an FHA loan. All right, it's available nationwide. We offer the FHA loan nationwide. Most companies out there are going to charge you 3.5% down for the down payment on an FHA loan, and then you have to pay the closing costs on top of that. The closing costs can be anywhere from, like I said, 3% to 6%. So let's use a $300,000 example. On a $300,000 home, the down payment at 3.5% is $10,500 in this demonstration. We're going to show you two demonstrations side by side. I'm going with Angelo Christian and all the other banks out there. So $300,000, you have to put 3.5% down. That's $10,500 with the banks on over here, right? And then you have closing costs. Let's say your closing costs are another 3%. So then you put another $10,500 down for the closing. So your cash to close here is $21,000 with 99% of the mortgage banks out here in the country. Right? So with Angelo Christian Mortgage over here, what I'm telling you is that when you buy a $300,000 home, you don't have to put 3.5% down. You just have to put 2.5% down. Now, the thing is that you have to, this is some of the requirements I want to talk to you about. We have to verify in your bank account the 3.5%. So we still have to see the 3.5% in your bank account, but you only have to bring 2.5% to closing. So at a $300,000 home, you're only going to bring $7,000 to closing, but we're going to verify in your bank account the $10,500. Also, one of the main requirements on this loan program, it is only available through March through August of the year. So you can only do this from March to August of a given year. You cannot do this in January, and you can't do it in September. All right, so the only time that you can apply for this loan and close is between March and August, right? Very, very important thing to keep in mind. So if you're looking to get pre-approved and close, call me directly. One of the very special things about our company, you still get to work with me directly. I will personally work with you and help to structure and close on your loan. Unlike other CEOs and presidents out there that send you to a call center, I'm going to help you personally and directly to get you approved. You can call me at 832-431-6331, or you can click on that link below to get pre-approved. There is no application fee. There's no deposit. There's no contract. But that is the huge power of the FHA 2.5% down. On the closing costs, the way that we do that, we're in a seller's market right now, guys, where the sellers aren't paying closing costs in most cases. Sometimes they are, but sometimes they're not. So we have grants and tax credits that will help to pay the closing costs and roll those into the loan if the seller doesn't pay the closing costs. So in my first example, I said that on most banks are going to, on a $300,000 home, are going to require you to bring $21,000 plus to closing. What we're going to do is use a grant or a tax credit to get those closing costs rolled in. If the seller doesn't pay, we're going to try to obviously get the seller to pay them first. But if the seller doesn't pay them, then we're going to roll them into the loan. See, that way you don't have to pay the closing costs out of pocket, and your cash to close on a $300,000 home in this example is only $7,000. It doesn't matter the price of the home, whether it's $100,000 or $200,000. I'm using $300,000 for this example. It could be whatever the number is, what you get approved for on the house that you're looking for. So, but the difference here that I'm trying to show you is that you don't need $21,000 or 10% down to buy a house. You can do it with as little as 0 down or 2.5% down, depending on the loan program. That's the power of working with Angelo Christian in the FHA 2.5% down loan program. So I'd love to help you out with this. Like I said, it's only available through March of August of a given year, so we have to close within this time frame, and it's only available for existing properties. You cannot do this on new construction homes. So these are some of the rules. Has to be existing construction. You can only close through March through August of a given year, and you have to verify the full funds in your account, but you're only going to bring 2.5%, but it's going to save you a ton of money. If you're buying a $300,000 home, instead of putting 21 grand down, you only have to put 7,000. That's a $14,000 savings. That's a lot of money to people, okay? So you can save all that money, but if you're buying new construction, then you can't do the regular the 2.5% down. You have to do the 3.5% down. Or if you buy after August, then you're going to have to do 3.5% down. So these are some ways on how I can help you. We just rolled out this program. I'd love to help you out with it. Call my office at 832-431-6331. I'll work on it with you personally, or you can click on that link below to get pre-approved. There is no application fee. There's no deposit. We are a nationwide commercial and residential bank. I want to help you guys out there. If you know somebody out there that's looking to get pre-approved for commercial, residential, first-time buyer, millennial, veteran, whatever it is, we want to help with the funding, call my office. You can reach me directly at 832-431-6331 or click on that link below. Share this, get this out to your coworkers, your friends, your family. You know our mission here is to get 250,000 subscribers on YouTube. Help us to do that. We run contests every single week where we announce instant winners. You can get free shirts, free hats, free koozies. We have a free coaching, access to Real Estate University. We give that out to people for free, but we got tons of people calling up here to get signed up for Real Estate University. If you want to become a top producer with real estate, message us. I want you to leave comments down below on Instagram and YouTube, and we'll announce your instant winner on Instagram and YouTube and then hook you up with some free swag. So, guys, that's our mission here, to help people transform and rise with their life and get the best loan, help them with their credit, whatever we got to do. This is the FHA 2.5% down. We want to help you save a ton of money, get lower interest. So call my office. Call me directly, 832-431-6331. My name's Angelo Christian. Take care and peace out. Bye-bye. Hey guys, click here to subscribe to get great new content every single day. Click on that bell right there to get push notifications. Click to subscribe to get great new content from Angelo Christian every single week. Click here.